says that sometimes I think that song, "What Kind of Fool I Am," applies to me. But he's most honored to be doing this. He said he's been so busy with Rotary, and I know he's hard at work as well, so it seems like every day I have a Rotary meeting or event. But in Rotary, it's about service above self. Today I plan to tell you just a little about what we do and say as Rotarians. So Andy's going to tell us what we do as Rotarians for 5 to 7 minutes. Morning.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will build goodwill and better friendships? And is it beneficial to all others concerned? This is what we say and do as Rotarians in our lives every day. Now, to many of you, Rotarians may be quite inscrutable. My goal is to be able to change a little bit of that today. So what is a Rotarian? Well, let me just read real quickly to you what it says if you go to the Rotary International website. Rotary International is the world's first service club organization with more than 1.2 million members and 33,000 clubs worldwide. Rotary Club members are volunteers who work locally, regionally, and internationally to combat hunger, to improve health and the sanitation, and provide education and job training, promote peace, and eradicate polio, all under service above self. So one of the biggest things that Rotary does is we're famous for ending polio and eradicating it for good. This is a picture of how many countries had polio in 1988. 10 years later, in 1998, this is what it now looks like. And this is what it looks like in 2008. $9 billion later from gifts from Rotarians. Can I get a round of applause for Rotarians, please? And it's very, very simple. We have a Rotary magazine, and this is an article of 2 Nigerian girls in a very poor country in where they could have received, where they received vaccination. In fact, in this country, there's 383 cases recently, and they're all gone. And in just 4 years, from 2006 to 2010, we were able to give vaccinations to 40 million Nigerians. And all it takes, due to the funding of Rotarians, is one simple drop of this vaccine. And if that doesn't break your heart, I don't know what else does. All because of Rotarians. A very simple drop, less than $1. So what else does Rotary do? I see that all of you have some water. Hopefully some of us, or most of us, took showers in the last 24 hours. But in many countries, they have no water. I once mentioned to you that there's a picture of a young boy drinking water out of a mud puddle because there's no place to get water. This lady every day goes down to her local river to collect water, to cook, to bathe, to clean. Because of Rotarians, we provide watersheds and water towers. And now these kids, look at the smile on their faces. Because all they're getting is a faucet to drink from and water. We build water towers around the entire world. A Rotarian came to me recently and he said, "Andy, can you help support my cause in the Philippines? There are kids in villages in the Philippines who have never brushed their teeth and they're 15 and 16 years old. Never seen a dentist. So we provide simple things like toothbrushes and toothpaste and go down there. And we bring flying doctors down there. And we give them a toothbrush to brush their teeth. My local club does a lot of things as well. I'm personally involved in an international project and building a village in Mexico in a place called, of all places, San Jose de la Zora. And in this village of 300 people, how would you like to have kids, or your kids, go into a picture like this, into a building where there's mold and holes in the wall to go see a doctor? because this is where the medical building. You can pass that around and you can get a little bit more better view of what I'm talking about. My Rotary Club is raising money, and we have designed a medical module, if you will, a building, to go inside this village. And not only will doctors come from other villages to come see them, but they'll bring other patients as well, so they can see their patients in the building. It doesn't have mold and holes and floors that you fall through. We do a lot of great things locally too. We help places such as the YMCA, Alum Rock. Alum Rock Community is a counseling center that helps kids in the local area stay out of the gangs and get them to graduate. And they have increased the graduation rate of 75% of kids. We sponsor a local school called Grant Elementary in downtown San Jose, a school that has hardly any money and very poor kids. We read books to them. We provide books to them. We raise money for them. We give Teacher of the Year awards to them. And we go down there and help support them in their annual carnival. We give to the Bill Wilson Center, a place where it's called the safe place, where kids can go that are abused. And we give checks to them. So you may ask yourself, hey Andy, where do we get all this money from? I mean, that's a lot of money, $9 billion? Well, the Bill Gates Foundation said, if you raise the same amount of money I give you, I'll give you $225 million. Well, we raised that money through a grant called the Roary Foundation. Every year around October, they ask all the Rotarians to give their own personal money and checks to the Roary Foundation. Our goal is to get 100% participation in each club. And that's how we raise money to go internationally. But then we have to raise money for the local clubs. So how does the Rotary Club of San Jose North raise their money? We have our annual auction. And being passed out to you is our auction flyer. We take gifts from around the community, from different storefronts, restaurants, certificates, and we then go to an annual auction. And in this annual auction, we then, of course, auction off these gifts. And I'd like to invite each and every one of you to celebrate this auction with us today. And Josephine will pass that out when that is. This is the time where we make money for our club. There's dinner and there's wine. And if you know somebody or somebody that owns a restaurant or has merchandise that they can donate, please contact me. I would love to get that for you. It's a 501(c) and it's tax write-off, but this will give money back to Rotarians and what we do every single day. And there's a card in there for a free lunch. Come visit me at my club and see what we do and say. Ladies and gentlemen, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and friendships? Is it beneficial to all others concerned? That's what we say to you as Rotarians.